Welcome to part 4 of our podcast series about the JVC HD GY100 camera. Today we feature Focus Enhancements of Campbell, California, makers of the Firestore line of products. The comprehensive line of Firestore direct-to-edit recorders helps professionals around the world maximize their productivity by eliminating digitizing time. Many customers use Focus Enhancement products, including NBC, Carnival Cruise Lines, Daimler Chrysler TV, the German Air Force, the Tokyo Broadcast System, and Wal-Mart.
My name is Dave O'Kelly. I'm the Vice President of Business Development for Focus Enhancements. We're a company that specializes in video processing technology, from video mixers, acquisition products such as the Firestore line, media asset management products such as Firestore, and some digital signage products as well. We believe that hard disk recording and going tapeless is the way of the future. One of the advantages we have with the JVC camera that we've married this DRHD100 disc recorder to is that you can record on tape and on disc at the same time. Therefore, you have the advantages of tape for archiving and storage, or you can have everything straight onto the disc for instant editing on your NLE system. And with the JVC camera and this, through the 1394 connection, we're able to show a lot of the information on the hard disk through their viewfinders. What space is left on the disk, or the battery capacity, or any of the other necessary functions that you have to worry about when you're out shooting. The people who are using it vary as much as there are videographers in the world. From a large number of people using them are documentary makers, ENG, news gatherers, even wedding and event videographers are using it because what it does is it speeds up the entire process. When I can take my product that I've shot in the field and edit on a laptop while I'm driving back to the studio to get at least a quick, easy edit done, it's an amazing time saving. I'm not capturing again from tape onto the computer, I'm instantly editing.
Now listen to David O'Kelly as he gives a short introductory tutorial on the features of the Firestore DRHD100 and the ways many leading videographers and producers are using the product in the field.
Okay, the DRHD100 is very easy to set up. On the top of the unit, you're going to see that there is 3 connections. One is for your computer interface, a 6-pin FireWire connection, a remote control socket, and the video in and out socket, again a 1394 connection. So to work it, you simply take your FireWire cable, plug it in there, the other end into your camera. You're now ready to start recording. The controls on the front are very, very simple and easy to work with. As you look at the display, it tells you whether in record, pause mode, what your time code is, or what method you are for counting on it, how much time is left on the hard disk for recording, and what the battery capacity is. You can change some of these functions simply by changing with one touch of the buttons. These 3 keys are simple hotkeys that you can program for what is important for you and fast and best for your own workflow. When you want to use the unit for playback, you've got the ability to hit play, fast forward, and it can go up to 2 times. Every time you push this button, it'll augment it from 2 times, 4 times, 8 times, 16 or 32 times fast forward or reverse. You also have the ability with these 2 buttons to skip from one clip to another very quickly. Let's suppose you shot 20 or 30 clips and you want to find one in the middle. You don't have to play through them all like you would in tape. Just go bang, 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 and you're going through each one of your clips. And of course, a regular stop button. This also doubles as a power off button by holding it down for 5 seconds. The control here allows me to go into the menu system, which usually you only have to do when you're originally setting it up for how you're going to work. And the other thing that's important to note that a lot of people ask about, and I'll tell you about now, is power. The unit uses a 15-volt DC in power volt. It comes with its own rechargeable, removable lithium-ion battery. It can run off AC at power simply by plugging it into the bottom connection here. Or you can use an Anton Bauer type or 15-volt battery system from another manufacturer. So there's a variety of different power options available to you. So to go through the menu selection very quickly for you, the first menu selection is the record mode. I'm allowed to record normal, which is just standard recording. I can choose between retro disk recording, which allows me to use up to 80% of the actual hard disk. What will happen at that point in time, if I select that, I will record 80% of the disk, then I'll re-record over the oldest 1 minute and keep re-recording over the oldest 1 minute. This way it can be left in the record mode all the time so that you can set it up for sporting events or news gathering devices And if something happens, you hit the start button on the camera, it'll automatically start recording from that point forward, adding on what you've been recording for 80% of the disc. If I go down to the retro disc or retro cache recording, that does basically the same thing, but only in a shorter time. It uses the internal cache memory to record for 8 seconds. And that 8 seconds is just re-recorded over. Again, something happens, I hit the start button on the camera, it'll start recording, adding on the 8 seconds that are in the cache. And the final one is a loop record, which is just going to keep recording over and over the entire disk capacity. Next selection in the menu selection, which is our hard disk drive mode. This allows me to select whether I want to be in whatever mode I want to record in, or if I want to hook it up to my computer. The first selection is DV recorder, if I'm going to record in the DV standard. My second selection is the HDV recorder. The next one is to use as a DD drive. This is where I set it up when I connect the other FireWire connection in here for the computer I/O and connect it to my computer. And finally, we can actually connect two Firestores together. So if I need longer than 6-hour record times, I can actually daisy chain, we call it, two DRHD100s together, giving me up to 12 hours of record capacity. Following along, we also now have, as you can see here, which kind of file format we're going to record in. Because I'm in the HD mode, I have choices of either M2T or QuickTime. If I was in the DV mode, now I have the choice between recording as a raw DV file, AVI1, AVI2, Canopus AVI, Matrox AVI, QuickTime, Avid OMF, QuickTime 24p, AVI 24p or Pinnacle, MXF OP-Atom. I have a wide variety of direct edit file formats because there are more of those needed in the DV world. Function menu selection allows me to set up the hotkeys to be whatever function I need them to be for my own particular shooting application. I can choose things like setting the F8 key to be, which is this one, to be the JVC, or to be sync, AVC, or external control. I can also select things like whether I want to work with reels or folders, as you might call them, so that these could be, when I see a shot, I want to automatically go into one specific folder. I push this button here, it goes into that folder. What makes DRHD unique from all other tapeless solutions is it has a CPU inside, which makes it like a processor. And this processor allows me to do a lot of different things that you would do in any computer. First of all, there are the video functions. Because of the way things work, we have to organize our reels, organize OMF or MXF or Pinnacle. We have the ability to delete a clip. Most importantly, we have the ability to actually format the entire drive. And the formatting of the drive here is much more thorough than it would be even on your computer, optimizing it for video performance. If you have a problem with something happening to power being interrupted while you're in the middle of a 2-hour shoot, don't worry, you haven't lost your file. You simply hit the repair clip function. We also can change the file name, and this is how we can upgrade our software. So if we want to add that QuickTime wrapper that we were talking about earlier, you can do it through this function here. There's also a system reset, diagnostic, and status control on it. A very important function in Firestore is the control mode. And what the control mode allows me to do is to set up where the controls are going to be. If I choose local, that means I can control the Firestore from the front of the device right here, or I can set it up so it's controlled by the JVC camera, which means that all I have to do is hit the start-stop button on the camera, and it's going to record. It's automatically going to tell the Firestore to go and record. Similar mode we call synchro slave mode, and we also have AVC control for when we're working with a computer device, and external control is if we're working with a daisy chain or multiple Firestores.
Focus Enhancements continues to adapt to a rapidly changing digital video world and has many forward-thinking plans on the board for the next generation of Firestore products.
Well, we're really excited about where the future is going to go with hard disk recording. It may not actually be a hard disk. It may be a solid-state memory card, but we know that they're going to get smaller. We know that they're going to get more integrated with the camera, and we know that people are going to eventually go completely tapeless in their video acquisition process.